your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon.
What's this about a staff of Pergamon?
What of what now? Oh, you're speaking gibberish.
Yep.
Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat, atypical to a government official. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me.
Tell me about the merchant.
His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind.
What do you know about the staff itself?
The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead.
About Jake's murder.
Jake, murdered? Oh yes, yes, now I recall. Indeed, I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. Still, one never knows for sure.
Tell me about the Duke of Ferrol.
An all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor.
Tell me more about the undead in Cecile.
What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Sicil's once torrential commerce has slowed to a pathetic trickle.
Can you tell me more about Rivellon's sects?
Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least explain the basics. Ah, you see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally, well, they, Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists.
Can you tell me more about your library?
That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in, exactly? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you upstairs myself.
Sure.
Marvelous. Follow me, then. What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Sicil's crown, the beacon of culture and learning in our fair city. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine, and she's got every speck of information about this place packed into her brilliant brain. Yes, Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. Ah, it brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please introduce yourself. I know Victoria will be happy to make your acquaintance.
Okay.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this
The
library?
history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta-Hal, be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine.
Who are you, madam?
I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it? When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicil toward the sea. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way. He raised me like I was his own, this kindest of souls, taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride.
May I take books from this library?
Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hold is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too.
Alright.
I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Volume 1, Volume 2.
This isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
What book was that? I think it was this, maybe?
These books scrap with the legs in the night.
No. I think it was a 4. What sort? By latest added. It's 1 page long. Alright.
This isn't the
Homemade dagger.
the pseudo-monarchy
Open. Empty.
the first edition too.
Grab that.
Promising.
Okay.
Yet another fine.
Didn't mean to take that. Blank earth scroll.
Dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more
Kaj
advanced.
Denor.
Is there
Brief
no
history
new
of
book?
That doesn't belong to us, you know.
You're right, it doesn't sometimes get a little overzealous when I'm on the job.
Overzealous? No such thing when it comes to sniffing out sorcerers. I say we ought to be able to take and use whatever.
Do what you
will
just
make
told
our
me.
job easy.
It's not right. Alright, whatever.
The
Sometimes I think these
Encyclopedia
books scrap
Demonium
with the legs
Read all
in the
these in a
night.
minute.
by heart.
Empty. Grab that.
The lesser key
Grab that.
of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Princess Buttercup
Read all these in a minute. Empty.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Pirate's life. Cracking up a crowd.
The 7 grand abundance.
Why did you yell that? Fun with fluids?
I know it by heart.
Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been
Okay.
returned. Teleron will have to pay
Anything
yet
else?
another fine.
History of Cecile. I think that's everything.
No, this isn't
Alright.
the grimoire I'm
Victoria.
looking for.
Princess Buttercup with the
The
blushing
Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Poison resistance potion.
The lesser
Place this
key
book
of
here. A
Sadakandras.
volume of poetry
What
among
nonsense.
novels.
Log entry.
Demonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Fire resistance.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need
Place this
something
book
more
here.
advanced.
A volume of poetry among novels.
The Encyclopedia
Rack.
Demonium.
Mayhem.
I know it by heart.
Then I read that one already.
The lesser key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no
He who smelts it.
book to be discovered in
Volume
this
of
library?
poetry among novels. Rack. Mayhem.
Homemade sword. I guess I'm good. Crafting. None of these. Make some dough. I'll do that. Then apple pie dough. And none of these, okay. It's down here.
Anybody?
I cannot read that one.
Cares to plead for his very existence? Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the Seven do you think you are barging in here? Out, I say, right this instant.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to meddle with life and death this way? I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and 2 direly wounded men who need it. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I.
Tell me more about the patients.
What would you like to know?
I'd like to know more about Boris.
One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away.
I'd like to know more about Stephen.
Quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less.
I'm gonna give it to Boris.
Nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with grinning Stephen, and, as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family. You are? I thank you 1,000,000 times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone?
Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive the stone.
There's no way Boris should receive that stone over Stephen. Think of Stephen's wife, his children, his grandchildren.
Boris is nearly our own age. Imagine being cut down now in the prime of your life.
Stephen's death will hurt far more lives than Boris's will. Let's minimize the heartbreak of this terrible situation and save Stephen.
For this world. What's taking Jennifer so long?
Rip. Oh god. Come back.
Soothing a corpse's troubled mind.
Alright.
No, we'll do as I say.
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man, but my heart breaks for the other.
Thank
No, no, this is
Should I just say Boris?
What is this? It's lightning.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
Okay. And Headless Nick. We found a book listing some tried and true jokes. Maybe we can put it to good use.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
Can't say I didn't want to live. Wanted it with every fiber of my heart. Not just for my own sake, but for my family, you know. Oh, my Matilda. What'll my sweet Matilda do?
Boo-hoo.
Enjoy what remains of your life, will you? Never know when it'll be snatched out from under you.
Beyond grateful. I'm feeling stronger already. 1,000 thanks to you, my hero. I promise I won't waste the life you've given me. What will I do?
I didn't read that.
What won't I do? Seeing how short life can be, how easily it can be taken from you, I'll see it all, do it all. And after I've climbed every mountain in Rivellon and smooched every girl who'll have me, I'll devote myself to learning the magic that saved me. Everyone deserves to feel the thrill of a renewed life.
I'll take my leave.
I'll see you around then. I'm liable to spring out of this bed at any minute.
Thank you eternally for your help. Though your reaction to the healing stone, I have no idea what to make of it.
About your healing stone.
That strange reaction you caused. Blue lightning from a healing stone. I've never seen anything like it. And the stone looks different now, too. Like it's devoid of life. I begin to wonder if its magical properties survived your little reaction.
I'll take my leave. Never mind.
Now, that tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind, can't have gotten far. But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold.
Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia, as my memory serves.
Sorry,
no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the Order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Yeah?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps I can jog your memory. It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of Atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of Cicuta Douglasii on the tongue. Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for herself around Sicile of late.
So your apprentice has enjoyed some success?
Yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method she refuses to share with her own master. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration.
A revolutionary healing method. Can you elaborate?
I don't
She's
know what
gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing, but she won't let me take the briefest look at it. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power to heal. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth myself.
I'll take my leave.
Sorry,
Healing
friend.
stone.
I wish there were not.
Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour. So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds, that he ordered a contest across his realm.
Fantastic!
Today, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Autographs will have to wait until the end.
Tell me about yourself.
I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan, the only sentient severed head in Sicile. My audience sings my praises from hill and dale. Psst, You're a source hunter, aren't you? Oh, bless the seven. Oh, you've got to help me. I've been kidnapped. Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything.
If you're ready, I'm going to pick you up now. You won't mind a little ride in my pocket, would you?
It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered. Get on with it then.
Hey, you there! Cut it out!
Okay. Never mind.
You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off, cry your eyes out, and teeter on the edge of your seat with an original tale from Stefan, the Talking Severed Head.
Let's discuss your talking head.
I think you've gotten quite familiar enough by now, thanks. Keep your paws in your pockets, if you please.
Okay then.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
I want to pick you up, but I can't with all these watchful eyes about.
What do you call a source hunter who finds a way to draw a crowd away from where he or she would like to perform a clandestine operation? A resourceful hunter.
Okay.
Come now, it can't be that hard to find something to draw off the attention of this bleating herd.
Fantastic!
Are for kids? This here is the greatest illusion.
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? No matter! You're at Katerina's Fair, a veritable summer home for troubled minds. Won't you take a seat and let our esteemed entertainers whisk you off to a better place?
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm Katerina the Fair, fairest first lady of the fair, of course. I do love making the acquaintance of my patrons, and who knows which of them might become one of my performers. I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the rank and file of the audience.
An open stage, you say? And what if I were interested in putting on a performance?
The theatre's fever has overcome you, has it? Marvelous! I do so love a fresh green talent ready to bloom. But I support players, not writers, you see. If you want to perform here, you'll have to find tried and true material. Check the library and see if any of the classics there interest you. I'd love to see a source hunter's take on one of the old standards.
Okay. The library.
The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard.
Volume 1, Volume 2. Where has the third one gone? Shucks. Sometimes I think these books sprout little...
Did I miss a book?
This isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
The knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom.
Right here.
Stenteken.
I'll play.
Esmeralda does have a
Sigurd's
propensity
beard.
for all
What a
things
find.
naughty.
Let me actually read this one.
Grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
The excerpt from the traditional drama Genesis of Cecile is commonly performed in the local theater. Most Sicilians and even a few foreigners are amply familiar with the tale and refuse to tolerate deviations from the script most know by heart. The story goes that two adventurers, lovers too, Cyrus and Cecilia, sailed west from Ferrol. Knowing not whether they would find land on the other side, they took with them sufficient provisions for 5 months of travel, but only during the last week of 6 months did they land upon the land they would come to call Cecile. And dialogue, yeah, enough. My God, what is it?
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs.
They land. Yes, land. Okay.
An excuse is more homes than a
my word!
This here is the greatest illusion in Amsterdam!
Fantastic! Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Of course you are. Entertainment is Katarina's #1 export to this gloomy town.
I'm ready for my theoretical debut. When shall I start?
Right away, my dear, just as fast as your boots can carry you. You've found something decent to perform, I trust, and you've gathered enough actors to do it justice?
Continue.
Speak to Master Chaucer if you're ready for your debut. He alone can adequately prepare you for the stage.
I'll take my leave.
Seal, what you're made of? Beer and flatulence. And who are you supposed to be?
The stage master, are you? Perhaps I'd like to perform a show.
Katarina's given the go-ahead, has she? Oh, very well then.
Continue.
Tell me when you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places, and gather you whatever crowd of drunken yokels can be prevailed upon to watch you flail about on stage.
Alright, I'm ready to begin.
Ready for your trial by fire, you mean? There's no more savage foe than an audience, my dear. But I'm sure you'll do just fine. May the show begin!
I'd like to do a 2-man show.
Not planning on playing to an empty audience, are you? Wait until I've gathered some victims to witness the spectacle, and then you can begin. Any last words?
And
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated.
let's begin.
Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is.
Alright, wait a second. Alright, dude, hurry up.
The stage is yours.
Alright. I don't remember how it goes.
When did you say this was supposed to start again?
That's not it. Enough, serious. I can't take another moment.
The crowd
Okay.
seems to know the tale. They wholly approve of your beginning.
My gods, could it be? There, look.
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
The crowd is thrilled. Whatever will happen next is sure to excite them.
What is it? Are we out of the fresh water? Is there a leak in the hole?
The crowd seem quite impressed with your delivery. Keep it up.
Look, Cecilia, there, beyond the mist. It's...
Bravo!
The crowd gasps. They're on the edge of their seats. Go on. Push them over.
Land.
Gasps ring out across the audience. They must know how it ends. They simply must.
Land must we, land alas, and we shall call it Cecile.
The crowd explodes into applause and appreciation. You've woven them a tale of desperation and hope, and they are alive with the thrill of it.
Okay. Are there people still over there? Yeah, they didn't come over. Okay. Where's the suit up to?
You there! Sit! Stay a while!
Whoops.
A familiar face. Come, watch the show. I promise it'll take your mind off beheading baddies, or whatever it is you do with all those muscles.
Tell me about yourself.
Pity me. No, sir. Just a few years ago, I was the all-singing, all-dancing, all-sensational darling of the town. People came from far and wide just to witness my amazing act.
Continue.
When Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it? A talking head! Now, I never expected a silly gimmick like that to be my main competition.
Tell me about the competition between you and Reginald.
It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little gizmo. I'm a man of skill, sleight of hand, feats of wit, and pure entertainment. This curio is ruining what used to be an art.
Continue.
And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling bravo and hee-haw. Sure as the sun sets, that one devotee attracts 5 more, and those 5 more all curious about the commotion. I don't know how he inspires such loyalty with less talent contained between his hat and his boots than I've in my crusty handkerchief.
Take my leave. Okay.
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. And look, there stands the world-famous Reginald the Entertainer. Better check it out if you don't want to miss the time of your life.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I'm nothing but your average man taking in the best show I've ever seen. I'm amazed and astounded that for a meager gold coin or two, I can take in this first-rate entertainment all day long.
The same show all day? Seems like a bit much. Dude's a fake.
Well, I've stumbled into quite the fine gig. I just let my appreciation for Reggie's work be known, and he slips me a few gold coins in return. My voice happens to carry pretty far. Cecile hears me. Cecile wants to see what the fuss is all about. And let me tell you, this amazing show just can't be beat.
My crowd's a little lackluster. Would you mind working your magic for my show?
Well, drawing a crowd's what I do best, and I'd be glad to do it for your little show. 100 gold up front, and yours will be the hottest ticket in Cecile.
100? Alright. Here, take it.
98, 99, 100. Looks like all's in order, Chief. So, ready for a bigger crowd than you can shake a stick at? Stand back and watch this.
Okay.
Fantastic!
What is it this time?
I'd like to start my performance once more.
Oh,
2-man show. And
You hear distant mutterings
Alright,
of
wait for everyone.
curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated.
Okay.
The
Begin.
stage is yours.
Enough serious, I can't take another moment aboard this death barge. I'm starving and I'm sick. Will we find no safe refuge from our travelers? Woohoo.
The crowd seems to know the
You
tale.
certainly aren't.
They
Look,
wholly
no.
approve of your beginning.
My god's gonna be there. Look.
Fantastic!
The crowd is thrilled. Whatever will happen next is sure to excite them.
What is it? Are we out of fresh water? Is there a leak in the hole?
Bravo!
The crowd seem quite impressed with your delivery.
Look,
Keep it up.
Look, Cecilia, there, beyond the mist. It's
The crowd gasps. They're on the edge
Land.
of their seats. Go on. Push them over. Gasps ring out across the audience. They must know how it ends. They simply must.
land, my sweet land at last, and we shall call it Cecile.
The crowd explodes into applause and appreciation. You've woven them a tale of desperation and hope. and they are alive with the thrill of it.
Okay. That's everyone.
I haven't seen a show like that in years. I'm a quiver.
So ardently did he crave
And you're still talking over here to yourself. Okay, come here.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la,
You're ready.
ti.
Yep,
It won't
picking
be
you
the
up.
worst.
Let's go. Cool. What are you doing? Please, walk to me. Come on.
Took my breath away. It
Don't sit. Talk.
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
It's easy enough to gain new strength once one is carrying an entire team on the soldiers. Uh-oh. Shots
Have
fired.
no fear, my friend. I'm determined to prove my worth
Oh, we leveled up.
by our journey's end.
Alright. So, do I talk to him now? What do I do? Let me level up first. Talents, 2 extra ability points to spend. No. My precious, no. I want this. And then put another point into lockpicking, I guess. Okay. And yeah, dude. So I read this. Headless Nook managed to sneak away with the head while Reginald was distracted. Okay. What's he up to?
Oh, what's the point anymore? Oh, what's the point anymore?
Character, talents. I'll give him something else. What's bully?
I will never love again.
Nah.
It's all over.
I don't need Papel for 2 people.
I will never love again.
What a rush. I might. No, mind. No, that's 30%. Zombie. No, because I have a cleric. Maybe. All skilled up? Yep, sure. Fine with that. What was I doing here? None of that. None of that. Go away. Could put a point into Men of Arms. What would that do me? Learn up to 5 Novice, 2 Adept, and 0. Okay. More big abilities. Or I could just go straight weapons. Willpower. I got 2 ability points. You know what? Do this. Okay. Don't I get 2 more? No? Yep. And then I will put points into... maybe Armor Specialist.
It's all over.
how much offense rating. Even to my offense. There it is. By 2? Or 3? No. 52 armor rating, getting my movement speed up a little bit. Willpower. No, I don't know. Maybe just my two-handed. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Change to Brooklyn. Adventurer's Field Guide, Volume 7. Steam Cloud Arrow. Well, what do I do with this head? What's the plan here?
Not here, not now. We'll be better off speaking in the privacy of the cellar. There are eyes and ears everywhere.
Where can I find Reginald's house?
You know the healer's clinic, don't you? Oh, what's his name? Theliron. Yes, behind Theliron's house of healing, along the cliffs, you'll find Reginald's sparse little shack. There, I know we won't be overheard.
Okay, well, we're next to the building,
He
so...
keeps a spare key right near the place in a pen guarded by a rather lonely little sheep. You can't miss the bugger.
Okay. Pick you up.
Ah, here we are. Wait a minute. Not here, not now. It won't be the...
Go ahead. Oh, let me look at that book. Right here. Yep. Improved metal armor. Okay. So this is the sheep, I guess. What's up, sheepy? Empty. Identifying list. There we go. Spare key. Do I still have that bucket? I don't think so. Nothing. Okay. Can this go away, please? The new recipes? That'd be great. Thank you. You're lovely. Okay.
I've spotted something interesting.
Grave.
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized and aerated. Obviously, someone has taken great care to maintain this gravesite. Are you sure you want to disturb it?
Can I read the thing first? Maybe? No, I can't read the tombstone.
We most
yes, we'll do it.
certainly will not. We'll respect this gravesite by leaving it be.
Charm.
I'd hate to see you ruin those lovely hands of yours with calluses and dirt.
Alright, that's nice. I'm gonna bet it's gonna be rock next, so I'm gonna... Yep, paper. Then probably scissors, so rock. Or not. Okay. Now it has to be scissors. Okay. Then I'll do paper. Nope. I'll do paper again. Nope. I'm gonna do paper once more. Oh god. He knows I'm gonna switch it up. He knows it. So I'm gonna do paper again. Rip.
All
wow.
right, we'll do it your way.
You step away from the grave.
Okay.
I need a moment to reflect.
The heart has no true place in cold, hard decision makings, I say.
What some call heartlessness, I call prudence. An admirable trait, and one I certainly admire in you.